Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing today? Morgan Heitzma here, Director of Technology and Innovation for the Experience Brokerage Network. And I'm so excited to be coming to you this Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. for Tech Talks at 2 o'clock. Tech Talks at 2 o'clock. Man, that was last year. So this is a study hall at 10 a.m. So every week at 10 a.m., what we have here is it's just a free hour for us to come in and have any questions or topics about any of our KW technology and be able to get answers on the spot. So again, this is going to be a little bit different. What we ask is that a few minutes before a class, you take a moment to vote on the right-hand side for your favorite topics or the topics that you'd like to be discussed for today. Now, fear not, since class has already started here, just know that that if you vote throughout this class here, I'll just pick up those votes and then add them to next class. So what do we have in class here today? So first, it looks like we're going to first tackle the consumer side of things. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to our campaigns. Next, we're going to dive into our smart plans. This is something that we haven't really got to have time for last week, so I'll make sure to cover that a little bit today. And at the very end here, if we have a little bit of time, we're going to discuss the listing side of things. So this is what our class is typically going to look like. And again, you get a vote every week for your topics of discussion. And we will have this recording here out for you. So anytime you want to look back at any of these classes, just refer to this down below. And you should be able to quickly glance at what we're going to be talking about throughout this video. All right, like I said, my name is Morgan Heitzma, Director of Technology and Innovation. So excited to be coming to you today, this Wednesday at 10 a.m. Study Hall. And let's go ahead and dive right in, shall we? So first, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make our way to agent.kw.com. So it's going to look something similar to this page right here. It's going to ask for your KW login information. It's typically the first letter of your first name followed by your last name. If it is a pretty common combination, there may be a number associated at the end here. And just note that you are able to change this inside of MyKW. So if you are able to type out your full name, if this is your login information, then that's okay too. It's just a little uncommon. So go ahead and type in your login information and your password, and then go ahead and hit sign in right here. And I'm not going to cover too much of the command platform in its entirety. What I'm going to do is I'm just really going to focus on these 4 icons here that we locked in. So first, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping over and making our way to a consumer here. For those of you who joined us last week, I'm sure you know that we kind of ended on creating email templates, and we'll be sure to apply those into our campaigns here in a moment. But one other feature inside of commands that they have is something called consumer. So if I go ahead and click on my red KW square in the top left-hand corner, and if I direct my attention towards the bottom here, this is going to be the last icon. And it's called consumer here. Now, for those of you who've been with us through the journey of the evolution of command, you'll know that this has been labeled a couple different times. So before this was called sites, but consumer sounds a little bit more fitting since this is basically everything that you're going to be doing that's outward facing, consumer facing. So I'll go ahead and click on the consumer icon, the bottom side here. And what we have here, if you're brand new to this this icon, you may not have anything that populates right down here. That's perfectly fine. But what I want to do is draw our attention towards this top section up here. So ignore everything else down below. We're just going to focus on this top bar right here. So as we look, you see it says consumer here. It actually gives us a little white line on where we actually are at. So sorry, little blue line. So it says that we're currently in the agent site pages section, but there's also a landing page section as well, and then a guide builder. So these are going to be your 3 main categories within your consumer section right here. So I'm going to start off with the agent site pages. And first and foremost, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make sure that we have this this kind of blue bar right here that says see your configured agent site here, and it should give you a link. Now, if you don't have this link, that's fine. It just means that we haven't set up our agent site yet. So there's going to be a couple different ways that we can do this. So on this blue bar right here, you actually have a button that says configure your site right here. If I were to give this a click, it'll give me a couple different options. You have 3 different options to choose between. It says, what provider would you like to use for your KW sites? Go ahead and choose, I want to use the new KW agent sites, and then submit right here. There's going to be another way that you can set up your agent site as well. And that's by clicking Site and App Settings on the top right-hand corner here. We click Site and App Settings. Notice where my cursor is. I haven't moved my cursor just yet. It's exactly where it was when I clicked Site and App Settings. But right below that, you will see Learn More with Kelly Guides right here. So let me show you that one more time just so you see. Site and App Settings. Once I give this a click, on the very next page, it's going to be right below. Right here. You see that? Now, Learn More with Kelly Guides. This is what I would personally suggest for you guys to set up your agent site, because when we give this button a click right here, you actually have 2 different options to choose between. So one's going to take you through a Kelly Guide to set up your agent website. So this is going to be where you can send your clients to. They can create a login. They can search for properties. They can favorite them. They can send them to you and so on, right? They can create collections. So that's going to be setting up your agent site right here. Very highly recommended to go through this Kelly Guide. You're also going to have a Kelly guide for your consumer settings. Now, what they mean by your consumer settings is your KW app. Okay, so this is going to be your KW consumer app, and in this KW consumer app, think of it as very similar to your agent site. Only it's that mobile application that has your face and your name branded to that mobile app, where your clients are going to be able to favorite their properties and collections and get in touch with you, and also see their next few steps in what to expect in the transaction. So it's really cool. So these would be the two that I'd highly recommend right here. If I click on agent site, I won't spend too much time on this just because it really does a great job of holding your hand and into the different steps. But go ahead and click agent site and then continue. You may get this pop-up here that asks you if you want to leave your site. That's fine. I'll go ahead and click leave. And as you see right here, we started to enter this Kelly guide for our agent sites right here. So the first thing that we're going to want to notice is right below, it actually gives us a little timeline on what to expect throughout this Kelly guide right here. So so first we're going to create a subdomain, and then style and theme, and then our content. And then the what's next is what they typically have on all the Kelly guides. It's if you want any additional avenues that you want to explore within Command, or features relating to your Kelly guide. So if we scroll down here, we'll click on Get Started, and then Acknowledge and Continue. And this is where we're going to start to go to really build out that site here. So as you see right here, on the left-hand side, this is what your homepage is going to look like. And what it's asking you on the right-hand side is to really kind of customize this generic site or template to fit your business and your business needs. So your subdomain right here, go ahead and type this out. Type out anything that you want, and then go ahead and hit Confirm Domain. Now, there's going to be a couple requirements, and that is no more than 30 characters in length, no spaces, no special characters. If you change your subdomain, the previous subdomain is going to be released, so anyone can claim it. And that also means that if somebody has claimed a subdomain or a domain that you are interested in, chances are that may not be available as well. So just keep that in mind. I was lucky enough to get Agent Services Division, and then once you hit Confirm Domain, you'll see that it'll say, congrats, you've claimed your subdomain. Now, if I type something very generic, like kellerwilliams.kw.com, and click Claim Domain right here, it'll say that subdomain is taken or restricted. So it'll let you know if you are not able to claim that domain. All right, now once you've claimed your subdomain, right down below you're going to have another drop down, which is going to be your marketing profile information. So now this is very important. I'm not sure if we covered this last time or not, but your marketing profile is going to be that your headshot, your email, your phone number, your contact information, everything that you can normally kind of copy and paste and stamp onto all of your marketing material. That's going to be basically your marketing profile, okay? So you can find your marketing profile here. Let me open up. You can find your marketing profile inside of Command by clicking on your name in the top right-hand corner, clicking on Settings, and then on the left-hand side right here, there's going to be a skinny little section. There's going to be a drop-down that says Connect Settings, and then Marketing Profile. And this is where you go to add your headshot, your logo, your full name, your team details, website, email, and everything like that. So so again, if you need to change your headshot or any kind of information's not updated or looking to be accurate, come here and check your marketing profile, because this could be one of the places that has that inaccurate information for you. One last thing to mention on your marketing profile is make sure this is checked on and that it's green. So what this says right here, it says use my information to brand my agent site right here. So this is very important. If this is off, your headshot and your information is not going to be attached to your pieces of marketing and your widgets and things like that. Okay, so just make sure that this is on right here, and you should be good to go. So jumping back over here, everything looks to be correct, and as you see right here, it pulls that marketing information that I just talked about right here. So I didn't really have to fill any of this information out on the right hand side right here. So again, saving you time and energy, not having to recreate this content over and over and over again. So I'm going to hit save and continue right here. And that's going to take me to my next page right here, which is going to be your style and theme. So in your style and theme, you get to select if you'd like the KW red theme or the dark theme. And what would you like your homepage title to be right here? This is what it's going to look like. I'm not very creative, so I just typed something in right here so you guys can see that it does change in real time, so you can have a view and kind of a representation of what it's going to look like on your website here. And right after that, you have your background images. Okay, so you do have an option to upload up to 5 custom images. They do have placeholders here for you that are pretty nice stock images. But again, if you want to upload any of your own like custom just sold signs or pictures or anything like that, you can do that as well. You can switch it up right here. Just keep in mind the recommended size is a 1200 by 1200, just to make sure that it's crisp and that it's not blown up or stretched out. And then also a JPEG or PNG is also the supported image. So one last thing to mention is that it is on a carousel, so it will just randomly show you images throughout this file right here, within these 5 sections. Go ahead and hit save and continue again. And next we kind of get to the fun part. So that was all customizing kind of the home page. But now we really get into the meat and potatoes of your agent site. And this is going to give you multiple pages here. So I believe it gives you 3 pages that you can customize right off the bat. And then later, after you're done with this Kelly guide, you can always add additional pages to your website, okay? Think of it kind of like a book, right? That you can always add more and more pages to as we go. So we're just going to add the first few pages. And it's going to be, if we click on this navigation drop down right here, you'll see that we've already completed our home. Now we're actually going to complete our company profile page, our About Me page, and our Contact Us page. So again, right here, you do have the option to organize these, because in your website, you're going to have a drop down that kind of looks like this. It's going to give you all of your different web pages. So if you want to organize those now, you could do so here. But just keep in mind that whatever's in bold right here, even if I move this company profile all the way down, we're still going to be working on company profile first. So it's whatever's bolded right here is the page that we are currently working on. So we'll scroll down a little bit more. Search engine optimization. Right here, what SEO or search engine optimization is, the best way I can describe it is what Google and Yahoo and all these different search engines use to draw information to apply onto their search result. So, for example, if I want to type in, like, say, let's just say if I want to type in Keller Williams into my Google search bar right here, you'll see that we have a number of different things that show up. So this is what we call search engine optimization right here, okay? So this is the search engine, Google. The optimization is being able to pull the information about that web page and display it accurately for the consumers to view. So as we see right here, our search engine optimization company profile right here. Maybe I'll put agent services division, or meet the agent services division. So when it starts to populate on my search engine, now we'll see that it'll say meet the agent services division, and then we can start to populate a description about this web page right here. So here's the description. And then agent services division has been in business for so-and-so years, specializing in this location, right? So so this would be your search engine optimization. And keep in mind, each page has its very own search engine description. So it has its very own SEO description. So for example, Keller Williams at kw.com, it has Keller Williams Realty Inc., a franchise company, is an equal opportunity employer and supports the Fair Housing Act, and so on, right? But when we get down here, within KW, they have different web pages. They have an About Us, they have a guide, and these have different things as well. So About Us, contact us, Gary Keller, YKW. And guide says something different. Here's how we make it easy to sell, buy, trade, or trade in a home. So again, just keep in mind when we're building every web page out, you have an opportunity for each individual web page to land on your search engine optimization right here. So again, pretty nifty. So take advantage of this, okay? Now your URL slug. This is just think of this as a directory for your website to know where you're at on your agent site, okay? So for example, as we see right here, I have console.kwcommand.com, and then we jump in, and then we got into KW Command right here. And then we jumped in, and then we got into Kelly Guides, so because we're in a Kelly Guides right now. We're in our agent site Kelly Guides, and we're on page 3. So this is a great way to just, again, have a good directory and guidance into the navigation of your agent site right here. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, please shoot them in the chat box down below. Let me know you're here. Light up that chat box. So as we're moving on here, we have our content. So this is where we get to really be creative here. So we have our intro paragraph. So again, this is just a good paragraph into what your company does and who they are and what they can offer. Now we go into a different, more specialties right here. So if you specialize in a local area right here, you can talk about that. If you want to talk about your history and your background, you can add that right here. And then they give you, again, these two sections. Again, they're pretty much mirrored. So on the right hand side, they're gonna look very similar for your sections. Okay. So section 1, you have your headline title, and then you have your headline paragraph, which you can add that right here, and then you have your image that you can upload. Now again, please keep in mind that it's going to look the best when it's a square 360 by 360 pixels. And again, when we click add, we can just drag and drop from our computer. And then again, you'll have that second option right here, legal footer, and then footer description. And then we can continue onward. So next, again, I'm just going to click this navigation so you can see that we've actually completed that company profile. Now we're actually on the About Me section right here. So if we scroll down right here, we'll click Search Engine Optimization. And again, this is exactly what I was talking about before. Here's your page title. Maybe I want to put about, since since there's more of us a part of the agent services division, I'll put about Morgan, and then again I can do the same thing right here about Morgan, so the directory knows where to place that when we are when it's automatically searching, when your web browser is automatically searching throughout your sites. And here's another great example of that search engine optimization. Morgan Heitzma started his real estate career in 2018. And again, that would populate in something similar to what you'd see right here. We'll go ahead and hit continue again. And as you see, this contact information, I didn't really have to put any information right here because it auto drew that information from that marketing profile. And last but not least, you have this contact page, search engine optimization again, and then you have your content. So here's your page header right here. Contact us. I can change that to contact us, and anybody who puts their first, last name, and contact information in here, they can send a message. And it'll populate their information into your command database as a lead. So that would be the initiating of that first step when a client is on your agent site. And when they are interested in learning a little bit more, they'll fill this out and they'll go into your database as a lead. And then next I'll hit save and continue right here. There we go. And then it says congratulations. And then now it gives us this what's next, this step number 4 right here. Now, full disclosure, you guys, I kind of leave it as it is right here. So I just kind of X out. And this would be kind of typically how you'd get your agent site started. Okay. Now you see right here, we move over, we have landing pages right here. Now, if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about these topics, if I didn't cover something that you guys are wondering about, again, shoot them in the chat box below, and I should be able to cover anything that you guys are looking for, okay? So, landing pages right here. Landing pages are going to be a little bit different than your agent site. In the fact that, think of your agent site as kind of like a booklet, right? So you have all these different pages on your agent site that you can add to, right? Your contact me, your about us. So you have all these different pages that your contacts can flip through. Now, a landing page, think of a landing page as one individual sheet, okay? So in terms of, it's only going to show you one page of something, okay? So it's only one piece of content. Now, this would be a great, for example, if you are looking to create a landing page for, say, an individual listing, right? So if you want to highlight just one listing and send that out as a link to your consumers, right? Another great example is, let's stick on the listing train. Another great example is you can use a landing page to act as a digital open house sign-in sheet. So if you go in with an iPad or tablet, your contacts or your clients will be able to sign in via a tablet. And then again, that information will go straight into your database as a lead. So no more data entry when you're done with your open houses. So another great example is maybe there's something that you want to promote that you don't want on your agent site, right? Or say something that is not going to be year round that you kind of want for something else. Say like a golfing buddies trip, right? For a specific niche or specific group of contacts. You can create a landing page for that, right? So again, lots of different examples for landing pages. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new page right here. On the top right, it's going to be right next to site and app settings. And here you have two options. You have, do you want to create a page on your agent site, or do you want to create one as a standalone page? Now, I won't go through both of these just for the sake of time, but I will go through just as a landing page here. I'm going to click Create Page. And again, these are going to be relatively the same, okay? So sometimes I get questions, why do I use one over the other? It's just preference at that point, okay? The only really big difference is that your agent site is going to be able to add a number of different pages, and it's going to have that IDX search feed on your home page, okay? So it's going to have that search bar where clients can search for properties. But I just use this for example just because it's a little bit easier. So as you see right here, when we create new pages, on the top left-hand corner, we can go ahead and name this. I can write test landing page right here. So that way, when I save and publish this page, I'm going to know, I'm going to very easily be able to identify and navigate to this site to edit or change it up. So this left-hand side right here, first thing to note, this left-hand side is going to be where you're going to go to create this web page. The right-hand side is going to be all these different tools that you can apply to your piece of web page, okay? So first thing to note is that we have two sections. We have widgets and we have content blocks. If I'm going to click on content blocks first, just because it has the least amount. In content blocks right here, you have the option to add an image or add a piece of text. How you move this over to your page here is you just click, hold, and drag over. For example, and then it'll give you more options depending on what you choose right here. So, for example, I drug an image over, so it's going to ask me to click to upload an image. All I did was click on this this square box right here, and then I can click on a picture, open, and then it should appear right here. So it does not automatically apply to this page right here. You'll have to wait for this to load up and then just give this a click or a double click. I can go ahead and click this one more time, and then you'll have your shrink and enlargements right here. So I'm going to X that out. Next, we have our text block. We'll move this over. This, I have to say, is probably one of my most favorite pieces of content blocks, just because you're probably going to be able to do the most with this in terms of just a little bit of coding or highlighting, paragraphs, headers, anything that you're looking to accomplish. Now, with that being said, there has to be at least one widget applied to this page in order to save it, okay? So you can put as many content blocks and as many widgets as you want, but there has to be at least one widget applied to this landing page or agent site page. So I'm going to click on widgets right here just so we can see this a little bit better. On our widgets right here, think of these as similar to phone widgets. And if you don't know what phone widgets are, think of them as little mini apps that hold like one function to make your life a little bit easier, okay? So, for example, these are pieces of auto-generated material that all you have to do is click and drag, and then it'll auto-apply that information for you right here. So here's my logo, here's my marketing profile information, and so on, right? If, for example, I wanted to bring a listing over, right? So I'll pull this listing over, and then you'll see it'll pre-generate this information here for me. Now you see that this is just a stock picture, so we're going to want to configure this. But just again, keep in mind there has to be at least one widget on this page here in order to save and publish it. Now you see, it's still not published. I'm still not able to publish this page. So what do I do now? Well, since I moved some widgets over here, if we navigate towards the bottom here, you'll see configure widgets. I'll just go ahead and give this a click. And up top here, I'm just going to click the back button. Up top here, you see that I have actually two things to configure. I have a branded header and I have a listing. Well, it looks like my branded header is already complete because it pulled all of my marketing profile information, and it looks like that everything's okay. But I have not filled any information in about my listing widget right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And as you see, it says no listing selected, so I can click browse listing right here. And we can go ahead and browse by property address. 123 Main Street. Hit enter right here. And you can do more. You can search by your MLS or KWLS ID right here. But I think property address may be the easiest. And then I'm just going to go ahead and select just a random listing right here. Once we select this listing, you'll see that we actually have an option to choose the different header image right here. So if I wanted to choose a different picture, let's say instead of the view with the driveway, I want to just do the side view. I can click that here, and then I can click save and apply. And once we do that, it'll save and apply this this picture, but it'll also take all these other images that it has on this listing, and it'll add them in a carousel down here below for you. So I'll still be able to view all these different pictures here. And it automatically took that listing info, square footage, bedroom, bathroom, year built, and so on. So again, this is how you'd be able to easily showcase a listing onto a landing page. I'll hit save and apply. Oh, I think I already did that. But once you hit save and apply, you'll see that we'll have the option to publish our page now. I'll click publish our page, hit yes. And then again, it automatically takes us to our agent site pages. So I'm going to click landing pages one more time. And then test landing page. There's that one that we created here. If I give this a click, you'll see that information automatically pulls through right here. Then I can copy this link and I can send it out to anyone that I want to. So, so that's how you would really create and have the difference between a landing page and an agent site. Guide Builder. I know I've already kind of covered this quite extensively already for the amount of time that I have, but let me try and cover this very quickly. Your Guide Builder is going to be when you have your KW app, your clients are going to be able to see this guide. And this guide is going to direct them into their next steps throughout your transaction. And we have a buying side and a selling side right here. Each one has it. You see that there's a number of steps right here and number of clients and so on right here. So if I go ahead and click on Edit Guide right here, you'll see that this is what it's going to look like on your mobile app for your clients to view. So I hope you guys can see this, but what we have right here is that we have this little bubble right here. And this bubble will light up once they've completed their steps, right? So this will show them where they're at in their transaction. So it's going to start off with start your search. If I give this a click, I'm going to be able to replace the image. I can put an image of myself, you know, or anything that pertains to you and your business. You can change the title. There we go. Let's look for homes. Get pre-approved. Tour homes. Well, I guess I jumped the gun here. Let's do agent introduction. So that'd be a great one right here. So agent introduction, I can put a picture of myself right here. And it should apply. It should apply for me. I know I did that a little quick. There we go. There we go. And again, I also did not size it out appropriately. As you see right here, all these are kind of like a Facebook banner sized images. So again, make sure it's appropriate sizing. But again, you should be able to create and customize and edit all of this different information right here. All right. Jumping back over here, I think that would be about it for our consumer side of things today. So I'll go ahead and give this a X out right here. Now let's go ahead and jump on over to our campaigns. Okay. So in our campaigns here, go ahead and click on the red KW square. Inside of campaigns, here you're going to be able to do a number of different marketing campaigns. And this is where we're going to want to kind of get strategic, okay? So last week we created an email template, and today we created a landing page. So and an agent site, right? So so let's go ahead and see how do we kind of put those to use when it comes to our campaigns. So first and foremost, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make our way to our campaigns top section up here, much like our consumer. And this, again, is going to be a great way for you to be able to view your different campaigns in an organizational method. So as we see up top here, it starts us off at the dashboard. We also have paid ads right here. So these are going to be your paid social ads. We have our emails right here. So our email campaigns, our direct mail campaigns like postcards, and our social posts. So these are going to be your free post scheduling for your internal group of social media friends. So what I'd like to do first is I'd like to at least just jump us into two campaigns, since I think that we're at least about there. The first campaign is going to be a email campaign, and then the second one will be a social campaign, or social campaign. So let's do the email campaign first. So I'm just going to click on create a new campaign on the top right hand corner right here. And when we click on create a new campaign, you have 5 different options of the campaigns. And again, these should represent these top different organizational methods: your paid ads, email, direct, and social post right here. In your campaign type, your social ad and your Google search ad are the only ones that are paid, okay? So just keep that in mind. So social ad is going to be where you're sending outward, like you're targeting outward, right? For people that you don't know to click on your ad. And social post is going to be free for you to post to your internal group of friends. So let's first go to our emails right here. We'll click on that. When we get to this page, this is just going to be for us and our information. So first and foremost, what's this campaign name going to be? I'm just going to put sample tests. But again, you can create anything that you want, right? So awareness. So we'll just click brand awareness right here, right? So you can type anything that you want. And I'm going to choose other right here. And right down below, you have an option. It says, where will your campaign run? Will it run on Command Email or MailChimp? Now, I would highly recommend that you use Command Email. Command Email, you get 5,000 free email sends per month. Again, you should be able to edit your information in your name on the top right of command and then settings. You should be able to find command email at the bottom of your applications, and you should be able to change your email and things like that. And then you have MailChimp right here. If you signed up for MailChimp and connected that, you should have that available as well. So I'm going to click Setup Campaign. And next it's going to take me to this page right here. So again, this is going to say, okay, so what's going to be in this email campaign here? So the right-hand side is going to be your email. The left-hand side's all the options that we're going to choose. So on number 1 right here, we're just going to go with number 1. It says general information. This is really just for you to know your email campaign, okay? So general information, your campaign name is sample test, and it's being sent out through command email right here. Next, we have select account. Now again, you will not be able to click this or change this here. You'll only be able to click this. You'll only be able to change this by going to your settings, and then managing your command email. And then you can change your email address and then come back here, okay? So pretty important. Number 3, just as important, okay? So this is the main reason why they created command email and not MailChimp. MailChimp, you're only able to create a list of 1. So you only create 1 contact list. So is that going to be your Mets, your haven't Mets, your entire database? Well, Command didn't like that. KW didn't like that too much. So what they did is they created command email, where now you're able to create a number of different lists, as many lists as you need for you to run your business efficiently. And by lists, what I mean is you can take a number of contacts in your database, group them up together, and then create just like a Thanksgiving list 2020, right? Or golfing buddies, or new clients, past clients, sphere of influence, things like that, where you're actually going to be able to just quickly choose a list and say, actually, it's my admin holiday that I'm going to be sending this email out to. So it's going to be really easy to be able to just select a list from your dropdown when you're going and creating email newsletters or templates or things like that. Now, how we create a list right here is we just click on this button right here, give this list a name. So let's just say, gosh, email campaign for study hall. And then here, when we get to our contacts, you'll see that they'll start to populate all of your contacts from your database right here. Now, I know what you're saying. Gosh, that's going to be pretty tedious to go and select one at a time right here. But what we can do is we can actually select our tags. We can also search for individuals too. They'll pop up, so we can search for individuals. But the biggest asset that we have here is going to be our tags. So if I click on tags right here, so here I can just select who in my database is tagged a certain way, and then I can select all and then confirm. So if I had a tag that said golfing buddies, I can select that and then send them the golfing buddies newsletter, right? If I had a tag that said my past clients, I could click the tag, select all, and then confirm it. And then I'll just have a list of past clients. So really get in the habit of tagging your contacts out as much as you can, because I promise you later down the road, you're going to have a lot easier time just clicking a tag and having that auto-populate. Remember when I was showing you how easy it was to just set up your marketing profile, and then your marketing profile automatically populates everywhere you go for your marketing now? Well, think of your tags as pretty much the same thing. Once you set up your tags for your contacts, then everywhere you go, you'll just be able to select a tag, and that group of contacts are going to automatically filter through there. So again, pro tips here, you guys. So if there's ever a takeaway from today's class, I'd say that would probably be one of the biggest ones here. So moving over here to number 4, we have select from. So here, again, this will auto-populate from your command email. If I click edit right here, it'll try to take me to that command email. This is what I've been talking about this whole time. You'll find this in your settings. And then here, if you want to change your name or your email, you can do that. You can do that right here. And then your subject line. So now this is going to be, once we get to 5 and 6, this is going to be what your clients are going to see when it comes through in an email, okay? So 5 is going to be the subject line, your email subject line. Monday morning newsletter. And then number 6 is going to be that content. So for those of you who were with us last week, I'm sure you saw us create a email template. We can select that email template right here. So when I select from designs, it gives me 2 options: My Designs or KWRI templates. Okay. So again, here's all the designs, sample designs I have so far. And then here's some KWRI templates. Now, it's okay if you want to use a template. If you click on it, you'll jump in to make any final adjustments and changes to that template before you actually send it out. But what we can do here is I'm going to click on My Templates right here. And I'm going to click on Modern Newsletter B. And as you see, it jumps us into this newsletter. Now, I know this is not the best looking newsletter here. I believe this is the newsletter we were working on last week. But if I wanted to use this newsletter and change everything out, what I can do is I can hit save and exit. We'll go ahead and hit save and exit right here. And you'll see that it actually applied that to the right-hand side. So this is what I mean by this is what will show your email right here. Now I didn't correct this image here and things like that. So I can always kind of come back here. I can update design. I can click on that modern newsletter again. And then if I want to make any other adjustments, I can go ahead and do so here. So let's replace this with say my picture. And again, this is not sized appropriately. Just doing this strictly for examples, but you should be able to edit your piece of content relatively easily. One last thing is, while you're building these email newsletters out, if you're a little nervous on what this kind of looks like, if you weren't sure if this was stretched out or not, what we can do inside the editing side of our newsletter, we can click options right here, and we can send a test email. And we can send a test email to anyone that we want to. So we can go ahead and put our email address in right here, and then send a test email to ourselves. I do believe this does count towards your command email 5,000 email sends per month, your tests do. And so this is how you would create your newsletter. So we can either save this as a draft, or we can schedule this out. So it also says there's a field that was not filled in correctly, so we'll go back and check that. But we can also schedule this out for whenever we want to, okay? So let's just say the 30th at 8 a.m. or a Friday at 8 a.m. We'll be able to apply that date and time and then schedule it. Now there's something that Oh, okay. So we were able to save it correctly. That error message must have just been a test or a sample here. And as you see, we have sample test right here. It's a draft. So at any point in time, if we want to come into our emails up at the top here in our campaigns, we should be able to see our drafts and then what we have mailed and things like that. So again, drafts you are able to edit, okay? Things that are already mailed out, of course, you are not able to edit. You are able to duplicate, though. So keep that in mind. Right here, one last thing to note is we have views, clicks, and bounces. So it looks like they do a great job of showing you how many people viewed this email, how many people clicked on it, and how many have bounced. Unfortunately, I do not believe that they have the ability to tell you who opened, clicked, or it bounced to. But at least it does give you a number or an indication on what is going on. And then up top here, it also lets you know how many emails you have currently for the remaining of the month. All right. Next thing right here, we have social, right? So let's do paid ad. And guys, hey, I'm not gonna lie, I may run over probably about a half hour, so I'll try and crush a little bit more of these topics here today. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that that you're looking forward to hearing for next Tech Talks. Or study hall. Sorry, I'm so used to Tech Talks. All right, so jumping in over here, we have our paid ads. And again, since we used our since we used our emails before, it's going to look very similar, okay? So before we even jump into creating a new one, if you create any paid ads right here, they'll look very similar to those emails that we saw, views, clicks, and bounces. But you have CPM, CPC, and CPLC. So oh gosh, I forget what this one is. Cost per clicks per million, cost per click, and cost per lead click right here. So here you'll be able to see how much it's actually costing to get those leads funneled into your command database. If we click on create a new campaign on the top right hand corner right here, we're actually going to choose social ad. And we'll get to social post. We'll probably get to social post a different day, but we'll focus on social ad right here, right now. And again, very similar to that email. So I'm just going to write test post. I'm going to do other. And again, depending on what you have connected, you should have these options available down below. So I'm just going to use Facebook for now. Set up campaign. And again, almost identical to what it showed before. You have Gary Keller right here, giving you some tips and some updates. I'm just gonna skip that. But on the left hand side is going to be your options. On the right hand side is going to be your post. So there's going to be a couple really important key things to note here inside of our social paid ads. Okay. So the first thing, so you are able to add a listing if you'd like. But the first thing that we should note is going to be right down here in your Facebook ad, okay? So in Facebook ad right here, in your channel options, if you want your lead to come into command, okay? So if you want, if somebody clicks on your social ad and you want them to come in to command as a lead, what we need to do is make sure on number 2 of channel options, number 2 right here, on destination, this checkbox is checked, okay? Oh, I have to select a page. This checkbox is checked, okay? So this is what pulls those leads into command for you. This other option right here, use a site or landing page, is only going to send them to that site or landing page. Now, I get it. If you want to send them to a site or landing page, like by all means, send them to a site or landing page. However, click on this option first, and then down below, follow-up destination URL, you can add that site or landing page, okay? So, again, I'd hate for you to be creating all these amazing pieces of marketing and social posts and not having this one option checked and not getting those leads funneled into your command database, okay? So very, 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 very important. If you guys need help on this, please let me know, okay? It's so important. So I know I jumped the gun here. Let me jump back up here. So I missed two other options right here. You can select a listing. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do kind of like a brand awareness. Here you'll be able to enter your text. You have a headline and description, okay? So your main copy is going to be as if you were writing this out on Facebook, okay? So it's gonna show up top here. So it goes right? So it's gonna look like you're actually posting up top here, or like writing something out. And then you have your piece of marketing. And we haven't really gotten there yet. We'll get there here in a second. But still on the text section, you have your headline and a little description about the headline. Okay, so free home buyer seminar, right? And then in our description, we can go looking to purchase a home soon. So I'm just trying to fill this in to see how much it's gonna write in here. It does give us a different a second layer here too. So here you'll be able to write a description about the topic or the social post that you have right here. Again, it's gonna say sponsored because this is a paid ad right here. So we'll scroll down a little bit more. We'll save ad text, and then we have our ad media. Okay, so that's why I skipped this square right here, because now we're going to add that media. And so we can do a couple different things. We can upload a video. So again, if you have a video that you want to upload, we can select from a link. We can select from our computer. We can select from designs or a neighborhood video. We can just create a neighborhood video. Or we can select images, right? So if we wanted to select an image, like a design that we were currently working on, we can do that. We could do that as well from design library right here, or we could upload our own images. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to see if I can just click on a random video here. And so this is just a take command in 2-minute video right here. Just one of our new video series that we have out. And if I want to add a video, I can select right here and I can embed a video link. So I can hit paste, validate URL. Okay, so let's try this one more time. We'll paste this one. Well, it won't let me, but it does give a best practices and information right here. So if there's any issue regarding this right here, just try to follow these recommended 15 seconds or less, the aspect ratios, and so on and so forth. Now again, this could also be a new feature that they have added in here. So if things are a little buggy, just keep in mind they are having that 66 day update challenge. So again, not too concerned about it, but it is cool to know that they have that there. So I just go ahead and I'll select images right here. And then again, if I had an image or a video right here, let's see. I can add that right here. Boom. And then you'll see that we have that 229 video right here. So this is what it would technically look like. We'll save the media. And then again, we went to that Facebook ad before. That destination URL, even though we selected use Facebook lead generation form, they also have a learn more button right here. So this learn more button will give them the ability to go to a different website or web page, or how are they going to receive this content that you are giving them right here. So first off, you can change the button, learn more, sign up, apply now. So we'll just do sign up. And then again, this is going to be a great way for you if you have a landing page with a contact form, right? Contact form, we can choose a landing page, and we can choose that right here. So now I have a sign up page for them for the home buying seminar. We can choose a video, we can choose an image, and now we have a pretty snazzy offer out there on our social media, suggesting that there's a free home buyer seminar. Click here to sign up. It's going to take them to the landing page. They're going to sign up. It's going to shoot their information into your command database as a lead. All right. If you guys are with me, please let me know. If this does not make sense, message me, reach out. I'm more than happy to dive into this a little bit deeper for you guys. And then down here below, you have your ad targeting, which you can use. They have a custom setting right here. They have a generic and a custom setting. So it all depends on what you would like to choose right here. And then they have a budget and duration, okay? So everybody does things a little bit differently when it comes to their targeting and their budgeting. But the best thing that I can suggest to you is that you want to have at least 3 to 5 days for your duration. So 3 to 5 days is great to be able to monitor how many leads or clicks are coming through, because let's say day 1 you may not get too much, day 2 you may get a little bit, day 3 you may get a majority, day 4 may drop off a little bit, and day 5 you may start not to see too many more, or you may get day 1 not too much, day 2 a little bit, day 3 more, day 4 a lot more, and day 5 start to drop off. So I typically like to say within 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 day duration seems to be good. At least that way you can monitor your spending and what's going on with those pieces of marketing and leads. Now your total campaign budget. What I would suggest is not going too crazy right at the beginning. But what we're shooting for is something in the range of $1.30 per lead. So if you guys can, and chances are it's probably not going to start off that way, right? You're going to have to fine tune and finesse. It's just very much like fishing, right? Where you're going to have to see what works and see what doesn't work. But our main target is we want to see you guys get close to almost about $1 for your leads that are coming through, okay? So so go ahead and fine-tune and finesse this. When you guys are done, up at the top right here, you have 2 options. You have save as a draft, or we can publish this campaign. So I'm just going to save this as a draft for now. And we'll go ahead and give this a refresh here. And just for the sake of time, I just want to show you one more thing. It's when we're in our campaigns here. This is going to be where you go to set up your payments. So your payments are going to be right next to your create a new campaign, okay? So this is where you're going to go to add your payment information and things like that. All right, running behind here today, but I'm hoping you guys are having a great class. Let's see here. Let me cover one more. I'm going to skip smart plans for next Wednesday. And let's just cover listings really quickly here, okay? So I'm going to click on this red KW square. We're going to make our way to listings. It's going to be second from the bottom here. Now, one thing to mention is that when we go through our listings, two things are going on right here, okay? Well, actually, kind of three things are going on. So the first thing that I wasn't going to mention is that it's still currently in process of being updated inside of Command, okay? So if things are still a little wonky, if you can, please cut it a little bit of slack while they're working out the kinks. But they are getting pretty close into establishing KWLS onto Command here. So with that being said, if there's a little bit more bugs that you see inside here, that is to be expected. But the two main things that are going on right here are the KWLS is drawing from all of the different MLSs, okay? The second thing to that is we're still using our KWLS within MyKW. So the first thing to mention is before we even jump into our KWLS right here, or our listing search, what I'd like us to get in the habit of is going to our MyKW, and inside of MyKW, hover over technology, and then click on KWLS right here, okay? So even though you've entered your listing into the MLS, we're still going to want to enter it into the KWLS as well, because they don't quite talk to each other. So enter into the MLS first, and then take that same information and enter it here, okay? So the first thing to note is this is where you're going to go to create a listing up top here. So let's see if I can, there you go, right up top here. Let me turn this gray browser off here. So this is where you're going to go to create that listing. And if you create a listing in KWLS and it does not come through within like 24, 48 hours, or something is incorrect, you may want to come back in here and edit your listing. So you can click all right here. Oops. KWLS listing. And you may get into some issue like this, but just uncheck that list hub and then recheck it, and it should give you so uncheck that list hub, add your listing to the KWLS, and then recheck it after it's entered, and it should clear up that issue there for you. If you're not experiencing any issues, that's perfectly fine. You won't need to do that little workaround, but if you are, that's a little tip here for you. So jumping back over here, once you've entered your listing into the KWLS, into MyKW, you'll be able to see it populate here. So since I don't have a KWLS, I'm going to have to click on property address. And I'm going to click 1, 2, 3. Oops, it says there's no listings associated with my account. So my KWLS is not going to show anything. That's perfectly fine. That's to be expected. But if I click on listing search right here, I should be able to find a number of different listings broken up into the neighborhood categories of where I'm currently located. So this is how your listings are going to work right here. They should auto-populate to where your area is, where you're currently at right now. But if you want to check out a specific area, we can just zoom out
we can click on a area to highlight it a little bit closer and view the different listings that are in that one neighborhood right here. If I were to click on any of these listings right here, it'll give me that full listing information, bedroom, bathroom, square footage, and so on. So look at all this property detail that it has right here. So these are how you'd be able to search for your listings. It also has details, photos right here, open houses, virtual tours, links. So again, really a really nice, clean way of being able to showcase these listings right here. So here's a virtual tour. So we'll be able to click on this right here, and here you go. You'll be able to just jump right into that virtual tour. So these would be your listings right here. Let's jump back one more time. You can filter. You can look just by a list view or that map view. You can do a square gallery view. So if you want to view it kind of similar to this right here. Or that expanded view. It's got that listing view right here. So so first enter your listing in KWLS and then come here. Search listing. Sometimes when you search for your specific listing or your KWLS ID, I have found that that sometimes it doesn't populate that correctly. So more often than not, if I choose all listings or listing search the big generic bulk and then search for my property, it tends to come up that way. So all right, you guys, I know I ran over about 15 minutes, and I didn't cover smart plans here today. But I just want you to know that just gives us reason to come back again next Wednesday. So here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna save smart plans for next Wednesday. If you guys can for me from now until next Wednesday, make your way to the kwtechhelp.com, join us live, study hall, and then vote for the remaining of the 3 study hall topics for next Wednesday. Okay. If not, I'll fill in some topics myself to keep the class going. But again, if you guys are wondering about any particular topics, then that's good to know. As it sits, we have an open line for our help and support. So take advantage of that. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much. Again, my name is Morgan Heitzma, Director of Technology and Innovation for the Experience Brokerage Network. So thankful and happy that you guys joined me. Looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. Have a great one, you guys.